Alright, welcome to the Tongue and Groove radio show. This is Jared Estes with you of Tongue and Groove Records Wah. I'm excited to be here again. This is volume 5 of the Tongue and Groove radio show podcast. And today's going to be a real fun day. I want to take this opportunity, our 5th show here, to play a bunch of, some of the songs at least, from Tongue and Groove Records. And we got a wide variety of artists, all the way from Russia, Australia, Ukraine, a couple from the United States, and it's going to be a fun set of songs there, definitely so. So yeah, thanks again for joining us here, and let's start off with a real good band, one of our strongest and most well-liked releases from TillyRiddle from Russia. This is their song Yermak.
Но у него разбито сердце, но у него разбито сердце. Как он рассказал Джону с кольцом, был облаком, был дождем. Но у него разбито сердце, но у него разбито сердце, но у него разбито сердце.
up with empty whiskey bottle in my hand. Woke up wondering who the hell I am. I woke up, the dream was fading in my head. Baby, won't you sit down? Another good day on this cursed earth. Oh yeah. Baby, won't you stay down? When you wake up, tell me how it hurts. Oh
Alright, at the top of the set there we heard TillyRiddle doing their song Yermak. That's from their self-titled EP release with the same name, TillyRiddle, and it's got a few bonus tracks on it. That's our 20th release on Tongue and Groove Records. And it's, I think it's become one of our highlight releases of Tongue and Groove Records. Just such great music there. They're such great musicians, and Tilly, who is on vocals and who plays saxophone, in addition to some other pieces, she is a wonderful musician, definitely brings a lot to that band. And the whole rest of that band, it is a collective of wonderful musicians, so we're really glad to have TillyRiddle on our label, no doubt. After that, we heard a much earlier release in the Tongue and Groove Records catalog. We heard Civilanimal, who is from Missouri, United States there, Midwestern. And he brings a very unique take to the kind of bluesy style, I guess I would say. Traditional bluesy rock is what the songs would seem to be, but times when he's singing, he sounds a little bit like Tom Waits, having a lot of fun there. But, all of his songs are very psychedelic, and that's the kind of music we really like at Tongue and Groove Records. We really like some psychedelic music, that's for sure. And Civilanimal does some really fun songs. And we'll get back to both of those artists shortly here. But next, I want to turn to a different group. One of our two recent releases is from Heli Puhakka, who is from Australia, and she is also definitely an artist I want to highlight on this label, who has already, it's a recent release, but she's already got a lot of, there already has been a lot of interest in her release, and it's for a good reason too. She's a really great artist, really highly polished music here, but she does a sort of grunge psychedelic rock too, so even if it's polished, it really has a strong edge to it. Great stuff from her. So next up here, Heli Puhakka, and we're going to hear her song, Fading From My Heart.
Let's just get some fucking drugs, man.
Yeah. All right. What are you so worried about? Well, I told him once I went there that I wasn't going to go there again. So, you know. Yeah. Dynamically with the Beatles! Dig 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 with the Beatles! And we're back. All right. At the top of the set there, we heard Heli Puhakka and her song Fading From My Heart from her EP. Really suggest checking out the rest of that EP, obviously. That's our 22nd release on Tongue and Groove Records WA. And after Heli, we heard from our 9th release, Insomnia Cafe, the first Insomnia Cafe album. That song was entitled Purple and Interlude. Kind of a little bit more of a jammy song, no vocals there. And after Insomnia Cafe, right after our 9th release, we heard from our 10th release, which is Elephant Colored Rocks EP, and that was the song Hole in the Ocean, getting a little bit more rock in there. So yeah, getting in some good songs here. Next, I want to switch it up. We heard from a couple, Insomnia Cafe and Elephant Colored Rocks from the U.S., Civilanimal from the U.S., TillyRiddles from Russia, and Heli from Australia. And I want to turn to the U.K. real briefly and hear a song by definitely a favorite artist of ours, who has done so much more than any of his stuff on Tongue and Groove Records, but we're happy to even have just a few releases from him on Tongue and Groove Records. Next up is Hilrant, and this is his song Lost.
Better here in the dark, just you and me in a universe of stars. It makes me feel like I just walked in. I can almost believe I could do anything, but I'm lost. Oh, little baby, I'm lost. You know it's true, yet I'm lost. Hey, little baby, I'm lost because of you. And though it's raining and we're both getting wet, when you hold me, I can almost forget all of those things that can time never comes snapping at your heels. May you never lose the sunlight and forget just how it feels. May the memories of childhood forever keep you young, and the message in the bird song never ever go unsung. Oh, my friend Daniel, may the world stretch out before you like a road onto the beach. You can swim out to tomorrow, but still keep today in reach. May the friends you gather around your heart be loyal, strong, and true. May destiny be close at hand with brand new dancing shoes. Oh, my friend Daniel, may time never come snapping at your heels. May you never lose the sunlight and forget just how it feels. May the memories of childhood forever keep you young, and the message in the bird song never go unsung. Oh, my friend Daniel, may time never come snapping at your heels. May you never lose the sunlight and forget just how it feels. And with this old man's wisdom locked within your heart and head, you can find forever's kingdom and then dine on jam and bread. Oh, my friend Daniel, oh, my friend Daniel, oh, my friend Daniel,
All right, great set there. At the top of the set, we heard from the Modern Folk. Modern Folk is from Portland, Oregon. And he does a lot, J Moss there is his name. He does a lot of great stuff on the internet. He loves to compile just all sorts of home recordings and lo-fi recordings. You know, folk music, our kind of modern style of folk music, right? You know, that just the regular music that regular people make. And well, I wouldn't say the music's regular, I guess, but there's lots of great stuff that he puts on his blog. And I can't remember the name, but I believe it is just something similar to the Modern Folk. Go ahead and check it out online. Yeah, he's a really great guy out there, facilitating a lot of exposure for these lo-fi groups, definitely so. So that's the Modern Folk again from their release Leather Jacket Surround Me. That's Tongue and Groove 17th release. And there's 18 songs on that release, so you get Leather Jacket, which was intended to be one album, and Surround Me, which is intended to be another album, compiled together to be one release for Tongue and Groove Records. So yeah, we're definitely happy to have the Modern Folk on Tongue and Groove Records. After that, we heard another song by TillyRiddle. Always great hearing TillyRiddle. That was The Second Kingdom. And the lyrics for that one were actually, from what I was told from Tilly, lead singer there, were inspired by Richard Brautigan, who is a poet in the 60s and 70s. From Tacoma, Washington. So bringing it back to the Northwest here where we're located. Thanks for doing that, Tilly. Definitely a great song. And Tilly just has a wonderful voice, and that band, TillyRiddle, just continue to, continue to amaze me. So much great instrumentation. They just do a wonderful job. It's, like a combination of a Stratosphere and Mr. Bungle, just all those wonderful kind of experimental sounds. So I love to hear them every time. And then after that, we returned back to Civilanimal. That song was A Moment in Time from his release on Tongue and Groove of the same name, Civilanimal. Oh, actually, the title for that album is Uncivilized, and be sure to check that out. I know he's got copies of that for sale, so if you get a hold of him through the internet. I really like Civilanimal. It's a very kind of Pink Floyd-esque in that song there. A lot of great psychedelic sounds from him. So we're also very happy to have Civilanimal on Tongue and Groove Records. All right, but let's play another one of Modern Folk songs. Kind of a little bit more folky and jammy here. This is Gingham Dress, and this is the electric Gingham Dress. There's another Gingham Dress on the album, and that's on the Leather Jacket side. It's an acoustic version. Here's the electric version from Modern Folk. Thanks again for joining Tongue and Groove Records and the Tongue and Groove Radio Show. Again, I'm Jared Estes. Yeah, I have a lot of fun here. A lot of great Tongue and Groove artists to showcase, and many more songs that you can check out on our home website, Tongue and Groove Records, wa.blogspot.com. There actually isn't an "and" in that address website, so it's just Tongue Groove Records, wa.blogspot. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Lots of great songs there. And so we're just gonna spin on out here with a song that I actually wrote and play guitar and sing vocals in. And this is from the collab between Hilrant and I. Have had the opportunity to collaborate with Hilrant, and he's a very motivated and fun artist to work with. So this is a song called Get Inspired, and then the other half of the song is called Down at Insomnia Cafe, which is all Hilrant's creation on that side. And yeah, so thanks again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed all our songs, and we'll see you next time.
When your clothes don't fit, you're throwing a fit. So babes, oh, get inspired. There's more to life than your brand new steak knife. So babes, when the sun comes down, you're wearing a frown. So it's time to get inspired. Where the drinks all gone, the song is done. So babes, where your face don't fit, you better call it quits. I would call it quits. Oh, when your legs are too long, you better sing this song. I would sing this song. I've gotta find another buddy for you, my lover. So it's time. It's time to get inspired. Oh, when your clothes don't fit, you're throwing a fit. So big. Where your face don't fit, you better call it quits. I would call it quits. I've gotta find another buddy for you, my lover. So it's time. It's time to get inspired. Interlude, she fights the black dog. My soul's on the set of apocalypse, seen the death of gods, have seen the death of everything, the black heart of the sun, the angels falling all around, no king when kingdom